on. All right. You know what, man? Time to be in there. You're already there. You know the schedule, don't you? You were like the smartest boy. That's who you was. You're so smart. Man, just get down a little more. Whoa, put the Lunge away. Oh, that's crooked and not open. All right. Hey, Rhonda.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Hot out here. It's like almost 90. It's only 11.
Yeah, what is the temp in here? My fans got it down to 82. It was 86 when I woke up.
Oh, is it humid there? Or?
Oh, hell yes, it is humid.
Yeah, that's what gets you. I have a pool that's just green. It's almost turned, but it was, I had a sweatsuit on last week. Oh.
Well, let's see how many people show up. So far, it's you and me. We usually got a number of people by now. I wonder if it's a holiday or something that I'm not aware of.
Not in the U.S., but it could be somewhere else. But last week was a holiday, and then everybody was a pretty full room.
That's right. That's right. Last week was a holiday. Oh,
Want me to go out? Oh, wait, here comes somebody. I don't know if they were having trouble. I didn't have any trouble getting in, though.
hello, Christina. Welcome.
Good morning.
Hey, Jane. Hello. It's going to give folks a few minutes to arrive, so y'all get your stuff together, get settled in, start setting aside distractions and such.
Oh, baby. Annette. All right. Oops. No, baby.
Chris Warren, hello. Nice shirt, brother. I like the shirt in your
Thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I got a little familiarity with that program.
Yes, sir. Good to see you.
I'm just Steve, brother. Just Steve.
We met 2 years ago. 2 years ago at the summit, we met briefly.
We did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Was it the last summit before things closed down?
Yeah, the 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the final summit I was at. I'd been to a few of them, and I met a lot of people at that final one. That was rather overwhelming, actually.
Yep. I agree.
Were you able to attend the opening night workout that I did at that summit?
No, I didn't arrive till the following day. I showed up a little late. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Amy, you're here. Ain't seen you in like a whole month of Sundays. Nice to see you. What is this? Audio set. Oh man, people showing up all over now. This is about to be a part. And Jeanette, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm above ground. I got oxygen moving in and out, blood pumping. So everything else is just details.
Mhm.
So, what am I seeing? Okay, all right, we're good. I thought I had a setting off. All right. Well, Chris, I hope you enjoy this. It's a little different than what I used to teach. You're muted, brother. I don't hear. Or you're not muted, but your mic ain't working. No worries, man. Hit me up on Messenger after. We'll chat. All right. All right. So I'm going to give it just a few more minutes. It seems that we're having arrivals a little later than usual. So, spend a moment, have whatever you think you might need, like a beverage and a block or two. Towel might be appropriate. Oh, what the hell was that? Notebook. I keep mentioning notebook. Teachers in training, you may find some things that I offer today that you like, or some things that you don't like, and you can make note of it. And what I offer that you do like, please feel free to take it and use it, because I did not make any of this up. This stuff's been around for a very long time. Fine. And you're supposed to close that bathroom door behind you, buddy. All right. So we're going to go momentarily. If you would, please make sure you have your device set to speaker view. So the main image you'll see on your screen will be, well, me. Then once that's done, that will be able to offer you privacy. There's no rules here. I don't have any hard, fast rules. I do ask that you have your camera on so that I can best kind of gauge tempo, and it helps me to cue effectively. But if you're really not cool with having your camera on, it's not a requirement. It's not a deal breaker. I understand. Uno mas minute, 1 minute remaining. All right, I gotta shut these fans off. They're too noisy. I'm gonna get hot in here. All right. Shall we? It's Monday morning. Let's get going. Hey, I've got y'all muted out, but if you could just raise your hand or give me notification if you can hear me, please. Feet are good too, Amy. Cool. Thank you. All right. Let's I know that we pretty much always begin in a child's pose, but how about this time? We're gonna do some things different today. Let's get on your back, if you would, please. Just on your back. Then once you're on your back, hug your knees to your chest. So it's kind of like a supine child's pose, right? And we're not here for long. It's just to set up our actual initial pose. So bring your soles of your feet to the mat. So they're flat to the mat, your knees are bent. Walk your heels up as close to your buttocks as you're comfortable with. And then just let your knees fall away from each other so the soles of your feet come together. Groovy. Now arms can open wide like wings. And here we go. We've got a real nice, leisurely spot to set up. We're going to kind of, what we're doing? We're going to create the foundation for what the rest of the practice is built on. We'll take a few moments to get into the yoga of yoga. We just do this with breath. A few simple things, and they're just suggestions. If they don't work for you, please alter as necessary. So here's your first suggestion. Begin to breathe through your nose only, if possible. So the lips will be together, but the teeth are not touching. If you find the day that your teeth begin to touch, just ask yourself this: what the hell am I chewing on? And so the next thing, full capacity breathing. The inhales fill you up. I mean, load up every square centimeter of space in your lungs. And exhale in the same manner. Remove all air out of your body. Finally, you just smooth it out. Make it fluid. Even in, even out. Some folks like to kind of count in their head, 4 count, 6 count. Some folks just do it intuitively. It feels even. So it's just seamless and smooth, deep, steady, long. And why we do this? Well, at some point, your body is going to be hungry for oxygenated blood. But on a deeper level, this type of breathing, it forces you to concentrate. It requires focused concentration. It's not like you walk around town breathing like this all the time. It takes focus. And concentration just naturally shifts into meditation. And that's what the yoga is, the meditation. Without this, we're just doing Eastern style calisthenics. Anything that I offer to you today, if it feels wrong, if it hurts, simply modify or discard. There's no rules here. So certainly no rules saying you got to do every pose. We'll just maintain calmness through the breath. If you notice your breath getting strained or choppy, not steady, well, that's like your tachometer for your car. It's telling you that something's out. We'll just take a beat and come back to this breath. Mind will wander. Thoughts will flow. Always come back to breath. And if you don't do a damn thing other than lay on your back and breathe like this for the next 60, 70 minutes, well, you're doing some very strong work. And now all we're going to do is just start adding some creative movements, some creative poses that gently, moderately touch just about anything we can think of. So keep your arms where they're at and just bring your knees together. Feet are flat on the mat, knees touch. Let an exhale turn your head to the right and drop your knees to the left. Just a nice gentle twist. Just gentle, nonchalant, leisurely start. I wouldn't quite call it yin, but it's kind of yin-ish. Always coming back to breath. Always knowing that you have the final say in everything you do today. This is your practice. Now we're just going to make a switch. Bring knees and head back to center. And let an exhale turn your head left, drop knees right. And you might notice already mind is starting to go places like budgets, bank accounts, work schedules, summer plans. It's okay. That's going to happen. It's natural. I'm not going to ask you to leave your shit at the door. Bring it with you. But don't let it turn your yoga into shit. Just stare at it and come back to breath. Now, leaving arms right where they are, bring knees and head back to center. If they're not already there, just let your feet be a little wider than your hips. Just kind of feel something stable. and begin to strong into your feet. Use a little thigh, a little butt, lift your pelvis up off the mat for just a simple leisurely bridge pose. Consider moderation. I know it's really weird, especially in this country, but moderation, that place between too much, not enough, not chasing anything, not running from anything. Just finding that spot and being there, because we're going to be here for a few breaths. You can keep your arms where they're at for now, or if you like, you can kind of put them together under your glutes. And it's really not uncommon to start noticing about now that thighs are getting a little warm, glutes might be getting a little warm. We're just kind of starting to generate just the smallest little baby beginning of fire in your body. The fire is nice, it warms us, strengthens us. It's also a place that all that junk that makes its way into the mat, you can kind of put it on the fire, get rid of it, right? Now, from here, maintain bridge, but lift your heels, push into your toes. And if it's okay with you, interlace your fingers below your buttocks, lengthen your arms, and just wrap your shoulders open. Just begin to kind of swiggle arms, upper arms closer together, shoulders opening, until you feel your upper outer arm in contact with the planet. And there's nothing in your neck. It's all in shoulders and triceps and toes. Toes means calves are working, among other things. So just spreading the heat around a little. We'll make a transition here that it's kind of unorthodox, a little weird. I like it. You might. So lifting your pelvis, just lift it, lift it, lift it. Bend your elbows and begin to move the heels of your palm, the meaty part of your palm, to the small of your back. That little, that kind of the curve between glutes and lumbar. Just plant your palms there. Squeeze elbows a little closer so that all the weight of your body is in elbows, triceps, shoulders. Yeah, you got it. And then one leg at a time, just bring both legs up to the ceiling. It's called shoulder stand. Some folks call it candle pose. And once you're there, feel free to adjust your hands to where you need them. Now, if this transition don't work for you, just kick up the shoulder stand however you like. I'm just offering something a little weird for you, that's all. You might dig it. Once you're here, let your torso fade away into your palms like Leaning Tower of Pizza. There's nothing in your neck. Neck is just happy and free. Kidneys and palms connected, elbows, triceps pressing. And from the crease of your hips to the tips of your toes, lengthening is happening. And then just come back to breath. Just hang out here. Let all of that nutrient-rich blood flow down your body. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the hell, Steve? We don't do this till the end. Let go of everything you think you know about practice, yoga, the weird guy making suggestions. But tell you what, especially set aside what you think you know about your practice and yourself. A few more breaths here, and what a lot of us consider to be the queen of inversions, as you just reverse the natural effects of the largest physical stress of your life, gravity. Now, if you're with me, begin to bring your toes toward the floor above your head. Toward the floor. They don't have to touch. Think of Cobra in reverse. This is called plow pose, Halasana. Or just curling up and looking at my belly button. And it's very, very personal. You can have legs together or legs open. You can have knees bent or knees straight. Maybe toes touch the floor, maybe they don't. All I can do is offer generic suggestions. Your job is to fine tune it for you. I'm not even going to tell you about alignment because I don't know what proper alignment is. Only you know. And while you're here, just notice again, your neck is free. It's not holding any of this. Now place your palms on the mat, the arm's length down below hips. Arms are long. A little pressure in the triceps, palms. Use the strength of your arms and your core to begin to roll your back to the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Just bone by bone, contacting the flesh backside of your body to the planet, and continue to let your legs come. Use core strength, but just no hurries. Just take your time, bring the legs down. So you're just laying lengthened out on your back, right? Just like that. Cool. Hands are down at your sides, palms down. Let's slide each hand under each buttock. Just slide it under butt cheek, palm down, until the tips of your thumbs and index fingers are touching. Good. Now, with those palms where they're at, try to straighten your arms so your shoulders wrap open. Good. Now just elevate, lift your chest, up, up, up. Try to slide elbows closer together. Let your head drop back and just continue lifting the chest to a point where your eyeballs are looking at the floor behind you. Your legs are still long, but on the mat. Find your back bend here. And when you're ready, if you would, please begin to lift your long, straight legs 12 inches off the mat. Heels 12 inches up. You don't need to look. You can feel this. And if you're not from the US, that's about 30 centimeters. Good. And then we'll just add one last little taste. Open your legs long and wide as you please. And continue to breathe deep and steady and long, because with legs open wide, you're exposing a whole lot of tissues here. This is way cooler than sit-ups, right? Continue lifting your heart, dropping your head back, breathing deep and steady. And the teeth still aren't touching. How about that? Let your legs come back together. Oof. Keep them lifted now. Just bring them together, but still lifting. Cool. Now bring your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Hands are still under your butt. Now release your head and your back. Rest your head, rest your back flat. Hands are still under your butt. And simultaneously, as you lower your legs to the mat, bring your torso up, like a kind of a L-shaped teeter-totter. And you just end up sitting straight upright with the legs straight out in front of you. Cool. Now you can move your hands out from under your butt if you haven't already, and start to open your legs wide. Stay seated until you get your legs open to personal degree. They can be 12 inches apart, or maybe they're all the way open 180 degrees. It's personal. You know, what's the right way to do this? The way where it feels. It don't hurt, but you're feeling it. Once you're there, let's do a couple refinements. How about contract your thighs so your hamstrings release? Toes point up, heels point down. And you just place your hands on the floor right there below your undercarriage. Take a breath, lift your ribs out of your pelvis. And as you breathe out, long torso, walk hands forward. You might get about halfway there. You could take another breath, pull your breastbone forward. And as you breathe out, you just continue walking hands. And you just come forward to a personal place. We'll be here for a few breaths. If you're curious, if you got to have the fancy Sanskrit, it's Chiconasana, or sitting with my legs wide and my torso folded forward. Breathing, feeling, observing. Yeah. Groovy. Now, let's stay low as we move here. Legs are going to stay wide. And just start walking your hands over towards your right leg. We're going to bring torso over right thigh. Did you notice your left hip kick up a little bit? You just guide it back down, just exhale it back to the floor. And if you make it all the way over to your right leg and you feel there's some more space to open, you can inhale your breastbone towards the right foot. Exhale, start walking your hands forward. And if you got one hand on each side of your right leg, how about roll your left elbow to the mat first, then bring your right one down, kind of squaring, rolling into it. And then maybe even some of you are going to go ahead and grab a hold of your right foot, pull toes back towards right knee. Wherever, however deep you go, once you find that spot, moderation. Once you find it, well, just stop pushing, stop searching. There's nowhere else to go. You're there. At that point, you just hang out with it. Do 3 different things in asana outside of breathing and concentrating. We scan for spaces to open. Then we open those spaces. And then we just dwell in those spaces. Now staying low, we'll walk our hands over. We're going to left thigh now. And there's really no hurry, no rush. Once you get there, it's the same sort of deal, just different leg. You can walk hands and breastbone, ribs down your leg and long. You can roll your right elbow to the mat first, then the left one. Might be necessary to grab a hold of your foot and kind of pull in a little more, but we're not forcing. We're not going to force our agenda down our own throat. Never ever in your life you find a healthy relationship respond positively to force or aggression. Certainly not the relationship you have with your body, your partner. So once your partner says, hey, that feels good, well, hang out and let your partner enjoy it. Just a couple more breaths. It's leisurely. Now make your way right back down the middle. And then come up to seated, upright. Once upright, bring your legs back together and just kind of cross them like you're going to sit crisscross applesauce. Put your hands on the mat in front of your shins, release your shins, and you'll be tabletop, all fours, like a child crawling across the room. And just line up your table, knees under hips and wrists under shoulders. Once that's there, bring knees together, open ankles, and start walking your hands back towards your thighs. Lower your seat down towards the mat between your ankles. It might get all the way to the mat, it might not. Your knees let you know where it's supposed to be. You can sit upright, shoulders over hips, and if you need to, just hands stay on the floor to kind of support weight. It's up to you. I don't know. You might have fragility in knees, right? Now, some of y'all might wish to lean back, palms back behind you, or bend your elbows, come down the forearms. And then there might be just a few of you that find it appropriate to go to your back. But please don't do so because you think you should. There's no competition. There's no leaderboards or anything like that. If you go there, it's because your body says, hey, I need you to open something up. You need to go to your back, please. Right. Just gentle. Understand, gentle moderation, they do not exclude dynamic, a little intensity. How about intense moderation? There's a paradox. If you chose to go to your back, now is the time to come back upright. Once you're upright, how about everybody make way forward back to that table pose we were in a moment ago. Your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your knees are under your hips. And about as close as I get to alignment, here you go. Step your feet back to plank pose. Just for a moment, take one breath And over the exhale, press your butt up and away, upside down V. It's called downward facing dog. Wow, took a while for us to get to first down dog. Things are different, huh? Now let's refine this dog before we do stuff. With your hands, just press into them. You think about rotating your hands away from each other. They're not going anywhere, but like your right hand is on a pickle jar, tighten that lid. Left hand, loosen that pickle jar lid. Notice your elbows rolling back towards back of the room. Feel some armpit and rib meat, yeah? And it also pressure into the base of index and thumb. You drop your head so your neck is long and just kind of start staring at belly button, thighs. You have nice thighs, look at them. You can tilt your tailbones up for a little lengthening there. You start to press away with the entirety of the back of your legs. And what about heels? Well, they just drop back wherever the hell they drop. They don't have to touch the mat. It doesn't matter. You'll know they're where they want to be because the ankles and the knees will say, hey, that's pretty cool. Let's hang out there. Now, I'm going to watch the clock. I would like you to just watch breath and sensation. If you would, please, if it's okay, take your right hand and just reach back and grab a hold of the outside of your left knee. Yeah, you got it. Good. So right hand holding left knee, both feet are on the floor in down dog. It's kind of like a three-legged dog, but different, right? Now your right hand, begin to work it down the outside of your left leg towards your left ankle. But if you need to bend your left knee to get there, that means stop. There's nowhere to go but just to where it feels. And once you're there, just use a little bicep strength and maybe take a twist and look underneath your left armpit. You're going to be here for about 60 seconds, but you're already 35 seconds into it. So how about a few deep breaths? And understand, you can bail out of this anytime you like. Now just exhale your right hand back to down dog. And take your left hand and reach over, grab the outside of your right knee. And then when you're ready, just start working your left hand down the outside of your right shin. Just as close to your heel as is appropriate without having to bend your knee. Trying to keep your dog centered on only one hand. You can use some bicep to turn your gaze up under your right armpit. That's kind of cool. And then once you're there, there's really nothing else to do but breathe and look at sensation. Notice, what are you feeling? How are the vicissitudes of your life impacting the sensation of your right shoulder right now? You already know you can go to knees anytime you like. It's a very, very challenging muscle to exercise called humility. Now, place left hand back where it was, a down dog. Just kind of gather yourself with a breath. And bring your right hand behind your back, palm away, and just kind of finagle the back of your right hand up your spine towards somewhere between shoulder blades or towards there. It don't have to be there. Ooh. And again, now it might be close to impossible, but try to keep your dog centered with just using one arm. Now what do we got here? We have some balancing and some strengthening. At the same time, we have some suppleness or stretching or flexibility. So we're hitting three things, and we're going to be stamina because we're here for a few more breaths. And as that heart rate rises, here comes fifth aspect, cardio. It's almost like asana can be the ultimate cross training, right? Return your right hand back to down dog, and then this left hand. Bring it behind your back. Palm facing away, just start bringing the back of your left hand up your spine. It just goes where it goes. I don't know how high on your back it'll go, only you know. Well, once you find the place where the shoulder says, yeah, that's okay right there, try to hold your dog center with just the one arm. And I know it's difficult. You don't see me doing this stuff, right? Breathe. We stay calm through challenge. Good. Return your hand back to down dog. Take a breath, kind of gather yourself. And if you can do them simultaneously, cool. If you need to do them one at a time, cool. But bend your elbows, bring your forearms directly to the mat. Yeah, stay in dog, butt stays up, legs stay long, just come down to your forearms. We call this Dolphin Pose. Yeah, you got it. Good. Now let's just find some sensation here. Take a look forward towards your forearms and just kind of make your forearms parallel, lining up, I don't know what, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. And then drop your chin into your chest and push into your forearms to make room for the top of your head. If it's touching the floor, just press into your forearms. This could be enough. If you feel that there's some more sensation to be found, well, here you go, start pressing your armpits towards your ankles. Let the heels drop as where they may, press out through backs and legs, lift tailbone, and just kind of enjoy this, a little core action. Now, with your forearms, you might have decided to interlace your fingers. If so, release your hands. Put your forearms parallel, palms down, and just try. Maybe you need to do one at a time, but just give a try. On an exhale, press into your palms and lift both elbows back to straight arms, downward facing dog. Yeah. Oh, how about that, right? Woo! I mean, it's simple. You're not going to see it at Cirque du Soleil. It's gentle. You're probably not going to see it on the cover of Yoga Journal, but it's so dynamic and sweet, right? Now, 6-inch increments, 6-inch increments. Start walking your feet towards your hands. But every time your foot steps, it lands, press into the heel, get some Achilles tendon lengthening. Just little steps. And as you get closer to your hands, you might need to come up on your fingertips. That's okay. Just make your way all the way to a forward fold. Anytime we're forward folding, we're going to probably want to pull a belly button towards the spine. Yeah. Now let's just do some things here. Your feet, open them a little wider than your hips. And let's start out with just a slight bend in your knees. Interlace your hands behind your back. And as you breathe in, just straighten your elbows, wrap your shoulders open and heart forward. Now as you breathe out, maybe straighten legs and just fold and bring your knuckles up and over to wherever they go. Just, all that strength we were doing with that long dog, now we're complementing it. A little feminine stretch to complement the masculine contractions. A little Shiva and Shakti, little yin and yang. Moving right along. Keep your feet the width they are. How about bend your knees and lower your butt about the height of your knees or close to. And I don't really know what you want to do with your hands, but just get situated so that your nipples are on your thighs. Here's what you can do with your hands. Release your hands and start reaching your arms forward, okay? So fingertips are going the front wall, tailbones go on the back wall, knees are bent, nipples are hanging out over your thighs. Maybe you can bring out biceps a little higher than your ears. And once you're there, just start reaching, just reaching to infinity. Ass reaching one way, hands reaching the other way, everything in between getting traction, and there's contraction, and there's breath, and there's relaxation. So right now, remember about 10 minutes ago, everything was pretty mellow. Now everything is engaged, but it's still calm. Now stay with me. Keep your knees bent. Try not to straighten, but let's lift. Torso and arms up towards ceiling. Still sitting, but bringing your torso and arms up. Yeah, reaching long. But wait, there's more. There's more. From here, stay sitting, but come up on your toes, your tippy toes. Ooh, heels are lifted, butt is sitting low, arms are reaching high, breath is deep, steady, long. It might be getting a little faster because the heart rate's picking up, but it's still calm. Now stay with me. Up on toes, heels lifted, arms reaching. Begin to stand up. Come all the way up to standing, heels still lifting, arms up high. While you're up here, take another breath and see if you can touch a point in the sky higher than you ever have in your life. One more big breath, lengthen. Exhale, set heels down, put your right hand down on the outside of your right thigh. Yeah. Left hand is way up there in the sky, all by its lonesome. So inhale, big breath. And exhale, just bend your body to the right. Your left arm stays long. Fingertips are now probably pointing somewhere where wall meets ceiling. But we don't need to bend an elbow. We're going to lengthen. Opening spaces, right? We find them, we open them, and we hang out in them. You can walk your right hand down your right thigh and maybe take a hold. Try to lift your right hip a little without lifting your right foot. Push down into your left foot. All suggestions, just creative ways to find sensation. Next inhale, come back up to the middle, switch hands. Right hand is up, left hand is down. Now, exhale, take a little bend to the left. And same thing, you know the refinements. You can try to lift the left hip and press a right foot and reach a right arm. And as your inhales lengthen your body, your exhales bend your body. The breath and body are going to match the action of your lungs, right? Inhales lengthen and expand lungs. Exhales contract lungs. Same thing with asana. Let the breath and body be in harmony. Good. Next inhale, come on up. Both arms reaching for the sky. Maybe a subtle glance up would be cool. Breathing out, fold forward, just fold, just dive your chest to your thighs, head down low. Hands are going to stay a little low. And as you breathe in, now glance forward, lengthen your spine long. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step or hop, feet back to plank. Hold here in plank for one breath. As you exhale out, understand that you can lower your knees at any point you like. Now, inhale, bend your elbows, touch your chin, not your nipples, to the mat. Exhale, press. It's called a push-up. You can skip them, or if you're with me, you can inhale, bend your elbows, touch chin, not nipples. Exhale, press. Now this last one, you can skip it. If you choose to do it with me, try to do it without making that face that will scare mom. Inhale, bend elbows, touch chin. Exhale, press. Take big breath of air, full breath. You can set knees down if needed, but exhale, lower down all the way to your belly. Release the top of your feet to the mat, all 10 toenails touching the mat. And as you breathe in, push into your palms, straighten your arms without lifting your thighs. It's called Cobra. Exhale, let the body come down, chin touch. We're going to do 5 of these. Inhale, Cobra again. And we want to keep glutes loose. Don't need the flex. Exhale, come on down, chin touch. Inhale, press into palms. Let the curve of your spine just gently glide along. Exhale, come on back down. Here's the 4th one. Inhale, right on into it. How about a detour? Exhale, come on down, flat to the mat. Open your arms like wings, but jet airplane, kind of swept back. And on inhale, begin to lift arms, thighs, torso to a place of moderation. If you want to go all the way up on the first blast, you're going to blow out fast. So just moderate, lift. And as you're hanging out there, just kind of play with length. Palms face the mat, reach fingers away, point toes away. And now you got about 10 seconds left. Now let's play with height. Maybe lift. Maybe find your edge. And once you find it, no need to go beyond it. Just fly there for about 2 more breaths. Last inhale, lifting. Exhale, hands back to Cobra, rest your thighs. Inhale into that 5th Cobra we were talking about. Stay here for 5 breaths. So now that you're nice and warm and ready, how about explore? Glutes are loose. Pressing in the palms, kind of lengthen your belly button away from your pubic bone. Let your shoulder blades glide down your back like they're going into back pockets. A lot of times we like to look up, but what happens if you tuck your chin and lengthen the back of your neck, right? Just options. 1 more breath. Exhale, come on down. Chin touches the mat, tuck your toes. Same breath, push the plank. Same breath to exhale, down dog pose. Yeah, cool. We're going to keep the dance alive, baby. If you're with me, right leg. Inhale, take your right leg up behind you, long. As you breathe out, bend your right knee, bring your right heel towards your left glute, and just for 1 moment, try lifting your right knee up high, opening your hip. Continue pressing into your right hand. Let's not dump all the way into left hand. Let's open right side body while we're opening the undercarriage. Ruby. Inhale, back, 3-legged dog, right leg straight and high. As you breathe out, bring your right knee across your body to your left elbow. Crunch it on in there. Oh, what the hell muscle is that? What is holding your knee there? I don't know. I'm still figuring that one out. Now, you can hang out here. Going to be for a moment. But if you wish, extend, straighten your right leg, set your right foot, outer edge of right foot, outside of your mat. Good. Roll your left foot flat, lean into your right hand, and just take a breath and lift your left arm up to the sky. And you can always lower your right knee and modify. It's just a side plank. You can call it, I don't know, fallen star, broken triangle, or balancing on my right hand with my right leg sticking out in front of me. 1 more breath. Exhale, bring your left hand back to the mat. Come up on left toes. Inhale, sweep your right leg back up to 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right tricep as high as you can without pain. Find the edge, moderation, intense moderation. If you like, inhale, bend your elbows, touch your chin to the mat. It's an option. Exhale, press. Oh my God, what was that? Inhale, right leg come back up high. Exhale, use control. We're not forcing. Just glide your right foot up towards your hands and set it down with some intention. Yeah, down in runner's lunge. Wu-Tang Kristasana. Tell you what, just open your arms like wings and hover your right nipple over your right thigh. Airplane lunge. I was thinking about calling a break here, but the first 20 minutes of this thing was a nice, relaxing break. If you wish to take break, you can. Don't wait for me to call it. So we're balancing, arms wide, floating over our right thigh. On an inhale, bring your torso up, arms up. It's called crescent pose. And it's a little bit different. I don't normally do it this way, but everything's different today. Breathe out. Ground your left foot flat. Rotate your torso to left wall. Arms out wide. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana dose. Now just kind of refine it. You know, slide your left foot back a little if you need to. Push your right knee forward as you reach your left hand back so your spine erect. Yeah, you can turn your gaze down the middle finger of your right hand. Let your shoulder blades go down, because if you go shoulders in your ears, you won't hear me. Take a breath. Exhale. Bring your right forearm across your right thigh. Inhale. Reach your left arm over your left ear. Long, long reaching, opening up the left side of your body. What is this called? Uttita, extended. Parsva, side, Konasana, angle, Uttita, Parsva, Konasana. Try to roll your left chest and your left thigh open as you're reaching your left fingers. prepared, let's find a little tapas, fire. Reach right arm straight out in front of your heart, palm up. Yeah. So this is a crunge, a core engaging lunge. With your right palm up, maybe we want to stimulate right wrist. Bend your wrist back like you're going to put the fingers on your forearm. Wrist up, fingertips pointing down, palm is touching the wall. Reach. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, come back up, warrior two, arms wide, torso up. Exhale, put your left hand on your left thigh, breathe out all the way. Big inhale, right arm swoops up and over. Woo! How about exhale here? Straighten your right leg one time. Both legs are straight, right hand is in the sky, left hand on left thigh. This is a reverse triangle. Now, rotate right toes to left wall, just 90 degrees. Come on up right, chest is facing left wall, arms are wide. Good. Take a breath. And as you exhale like a swan dive, just fold halfway forward, park halfway there, arms out wide, nose pointed at the mat. Now from here, gently, hardly even looking forward, just a little way, pull your breastbone forward away from pubic bone. Reach fingertips away from each other. Exhale, biceps to ears. Inhale, reach fingertips and butt bones away from each other. Exhale, sweep arms out wide. One more time. Take big, big breath. Exhale, rotate your right hand to the mat, right down below your right shoulder. Now, before we twist anymore, inhale, pull your breastbone and your skull away from your pelvis. Lengthen out. Exhale, rotate, twist your chest towards back wall. Left hand is high. Take a couple breaths here, pushing into your right hand, reaching with your left hand, and notice all these changes, but one thing remains static and the same, your calmness, as evidenced by your deep and steady breathing. About one big inhale, fill up. Exhale, rotate back to airplane. Inhale, reach fingers away from each other. Exhale, fold forward. Take a hold of something. I don't know, calves or ankles or feet or toes. One breath with straight elbows kind of glancing out. As you exhale, strong biceps. Bend your elbows and just pull torso somewhere between thighs. So what we got going here? We have some spine lengthening. Drop your head to include the neck. We have some bicep strengthening, yeah. Hip opening, pelvic floor stretching, breath moving steady, rock and roll. Let go, bring hips, hands to hips, flat spine now, parallel to planet. Inhale, come up, shoulders over hips, arms out wide. Rotate right toes to the front of the room. Exhale here. Legs are straight, right toes are forward. Left foot, I don't know, on some kind of angle. Inhale, reach your right fingertips way forward, like past your right toes. Exhale, bring your right hand on down. I don't know if it's going to be a shin or an ankle or a foot, but bring it down with your left hand up. This is called triangle, Chiconasana. We're going to explore a few things here. This is the first thing, and you can stay with this. And notice areas to lengthen and open. And here's kind of a way I like to go to help me lengthen. Dropping left hand behind the back, turn palm away. So the back of my left hand is on my outer right hip. I'm just going to swiggle it around. Left fingertips are going to take a hold of the top of my right thigh. And just use the back of my left wrist into my pelvis to press pelvis towards that side wall, pull my shoulders towards back wall, and breath is staying steady. If you can't hook your thigh with your fingers, no problem. Grab a hold of some Lululemons. That's the same thing, right? Breathe. Now, if you took that wrap, just bring left hand back to the sky. Let's explore Uttita, extended. Drop your left arm over your left ear so it's long, like you're going to tickle front wall with left fingertips. Now, you can hang out here. This is cool. If you wish to explore triangle, a core engaging triangle, bring your right arm up parallel to your left arm, right bicep under right ear. Big breath in. Exhale, keep arms long, come up right, chest still facing the side wall, arms high. Inhale, bend to the right, arms coming back to front wall, triangle. Exhale, come on upright. So sweet. One more time. Inhale, bending towards front wall. It's just a side bend. Exhale, come on upright. Both arms up. Inhale, reach high. Open arms wide. Exhale, bend your right knee. Holy smokes, we're all the way back at warrior again. How'd that happen? Don't miss a beat, baby. Stay with me. Inhale, rotate chest forward. Arms high. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Come up on left pose. Step your right foot back to plank pose. Oh shit, more push-ups. You know what? You can skip them. You don't have to do them. Remember, no rules. Boundaries only, and you're in charge of your boundaries. Knees up or knees down if you're with me. Inhale, bend your elbows, touch chin to floor. Chest don't need a touch, well, depending on how you're built. Exhale, press. Dosmasasana. Inhale, bend your elbows. See if you can glide your biceps along your ribs. Exhale, press. If you're doing this last one, remember, we don't want to scare mom. Face is calm, breath is steady. Inhale, bend elbows. Exhale, push on up with me. Big breath of air. Exhale, come on down with control. Lower all the way down. Good. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale, come on back down. Open your arms like jet airplane wings. Yeah, so you're familiar now. You got an idea what's going on. Just a little bit different though. Bend your knees. And then just reach your hands back and grab a hold of something that's yours, like ankles or feet. Cool. And take a good grip. Use grip strength. Your legs, your ankles can handle it. Just grab on tight. Some arm strength, grip strength. Yeah. Cool. Now, strong thighs. Contract your thighs and use thighs to lift your torso. Yeah. Cool. Arm strength. Now, use arms to wrap your shoulders open, spread your big nipples point opposite direction, heart shine forward. Ooh. Now use a little more arm strength to lift your legs a little, and we're going to be here for about 5 more breaths. It's not long. If it was an hour, you'd try to be pissed off. It's only 3 more breaths. Steady and deep. 1 more breath. Exhale, prior pose, thighs and arms lifting along. Inhale, lift there. Exhale, rest your thighs, hands at Cobra. Now inhale, full-blown King Cobra, Cobrasana. I mean, you are so prepped for Cobra now, so we indulge for 5 breaths. Oh. See if while you're here breathing, if you can make that curve slide into the area where a bra strap would be, the thoracic spine, where the ribs attach. It's a difficult area to bend. Yeah. 1 more inhale. Exhale, come on down, chin touch, tuck toes, push the plank, the down dog pose. Yeah. So we're just gonna lean a little weight into the right foot so we can inhale our left foot up for 3-legged dog. And as you breathe out, bend your left knee and bring your left heel towards your right glute. But keep your left hand pressing. Let's try not to dump into the right shoulder, yeah? And just with the breath, you just lift your knee like dog at a hydrant. But notice that opens up the pelvic floor, right? There's something in the undercarriage getting a stroke here. Now, inhale back to 3-legged dog, left leg is long. Breathe out, left knee crunches across body towards your right elbow. And just hold it there. And I mean, seriously, take a look with your mind's eye and what is holding your knee there. And when else in the rest of this day are you going to use that muscle? And you can hang out there and contemplate that, or you can go ahead and extend your left knee and set your outer left foot outside of the right side mat. And if that's working for you, how about rotate your right foot flat, lean into left hand, then a big inhale, open right hand up to the sky. And if you notice your pelvis kind of dipping, how about engage left side of your core? They're called obliques, and lift your pelvis up, kind of heart level, right? One more inhale, maybe spread the chest. Exhale, right hand comes to the mat. Come back up on toes. Inhale, left leg up high, three-leg dog. Exhale, crunch your left knee towards your left tricep and just take it up as high as you can without force or aggression. Look for challenge, but don't force the agenda. This is called intimacy. Listen to your partner and provide what it asks for. And if it says, let's go get a cheeseburger, you say later. Inhale, if you want, bend your elbows, touch chin. Exhale, press. That push-up is optional. Everything. Inhale, left leg goes back up. Three legs up. Exhale, now step with control. We're not going to sweep. We're stepping with control. No momentum. Set your left foot. You're up on right toes. Just open your arms like wings. And this is called airplane lunge. While you're here, just a little core strength and just hover your left nipple over your left thigh. Just hover it a couple inches. Now, big inhale, torso and arms come up. Crescent pose. And then exhale, we rotate to the right, ground right foot, arms wide, and then warrior two. Yeah. And now it's just a simple stroke through a couple of moderate, non-impressive activities. Big breath. Exhale your left forearm across your left thigh, and bring your right arm over your right ear. And notice how on inhale, you can press into sole of right foot, reach right fingers towards front wall. The right side of your body opens. We can increase the fire a bit by trying to open your right chest up to ceiling, really trying to rotate your right quadricep towards the ceiling. The foot kind of prevents it, but try. See what that feels like. Yeah? Ooh. Now, everything's kind of on fire, but if you wish for some more, just take your left arm out straight in front of you, palm up, hanging out in front of your heart, reaching long. And if you wish to stimulate some regeneration in your left wrist, just bend the wrist back so fingertips are pointing down, inner wrist is pointing up, and just try to put your palm on the wall. Notice how that helps the twisting open, right? It's pretty simple. It's a basic side angle, but it sure is dynamic. How about one more inhale? Breathe out. Inhale. Come back up to warrior two. Ooh, left knee still bending, but you can exhale your right hand to your outer right thigh, and then a big breath. Sweep your left arm up and over. Oh, exhale. Straighten your left leg. Left arm still reaching up. This reverse triangle, remember? As you breathe in, the 5 left toes start pointing to the right wall. Arms go out wide. And as you breathe out, just halfway forward with your arms out like wings. We're just taking a flight over some spread legs. Cool. And it's really the same drill here. You're going to kind of lengthen your spine by pulling breastbone forward, but not keep the back of your neck as long as you can. Reach hands away from each other. And now bring biceps to ears, maybe a little higher than ears, and start reaching butt bones and finger bones away from each other. Just some length, some traction, some relaxation. Inhale, open arms back to wings. Breathe out, rotate your left hand down to the mat. Yeah, you got it. Cool. So let's lengthen before we go anywhere. Let an inhale pull the shoulders, skull away from pelvis. And then breathe out. Then push into your left hand, open your right hand. Just exhale into the twist. Remember, twist. They love exhales. They're like peanut butter and jelly. And just explore a couple breath cycles here. Again, it's moderate, it's simple, it's gentle. Nobody said easy, but it's calm. It's meditating. Inhale, come back to flying, arms wide. Sweep your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, exhale, fold forward, let your shoulders wrap open. Now there's 4 ways to do this bind behind your back, the shoulder opener. The first way is to just not do it. The second way you can try is with your palms pressed together. It's a little more intense, a little less intense. You let your palms be apart, but the fingers interlaced. And for something completely different, not stronger, not weaker, just complete different dynamic, you can flip your palms inside out. And it just changes the angles and the stroke a little bit. Yeah, pretty sweet, right? Release your hands. How about we bring them to our hips? Create flat spine. You just hover in parallel over Mother Earth. Inhale, come on up. Open arms wide. Point left toes to front of room. Both knees are straight. Breathe out. Now inhale, take your left fingertips way out beyond your left toes. Lengthen. And on the exhale, your left hand comes down to your left leg and your right hand goes up to the ceiling. Remember, Chiconasana, triangle. And while you're here, consider all the different triangles your body is making right now. Right off the top of my head, I can think of 3. Play with that as we look at some variations. If you wish, you drop your right hand, remember, behind the back for the wrap. You just kind of wiggle fingers around top of your left thigh, or maybe just grab the waistband or something to create an arm bar, lumbar, to press pelvis forward as you pull shoulders back. And you're just lengthening stuff out, finding space, opening and dwelling in. The right hand can go back to the ceiling, and then we just drape our right arm over our right ear. It becomes Uttita Chikonasana, extended triangle. Now, with your right arm over your right ear, fingertips reaching towards front wall. If you want triangle, just reach your left arm towards the front wall. If you got left bicep under left ear, arms are kind of parallel or close to. A way to make it a little less intense is you can interlace your fingers. That helps a little sometimes. Take breath. Exhale, come on up, tall, arms up, facing right wall. Inhale, lean, bending to front wall. Exhale, come on up. Uno mas asana. Inhale, lengthen towards front wall. Exhale, come on up. Inhale, come back to triangle. Left hand down, right hand up. Exhale here. Now inhale, come on up, arms wide. Left goes forward. Exhale, bend your left knee. Back to the warrior. Don't miss a beat. On next inhale, rotate chest forward. Right arm comes up. Left arm comes up. Warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come up on right toes. Step left foot back to plank and lower with control. Oh. It's the last vinyasa of the day. Don't get it while you can. Inhale, Cobra Asana. Exhale, chin touch, press. Same exhale, plank. Same exhale, down dog. Big breath of air. Exhale, you can walk, you can hop, you can skip, you can jump, but come to seated pose, legs out front. Oh, yeah, baby. Good stuff, yeah. We just gotta kind of wind a few things down, but we're not gonna throw hot metal right into cold water. Metal can dig it, but flesh not so much. Let's take our time on this. Keep your right leg forward. Bend your left knee and just bring your inner left ankle to your outer left hip. And then open your left knee to where your legs make like a check mark kind of thing. Rotate your chest towards the corner where the left wall and the front wall meet. So your chest is kind of on a 45. Now just put your left hand on the mat somewhere out kind of in front of the crotch. Slightly take your right hand, palm up, reach it under your inner left thigh and see if you can get a hold of the front of your left shin. Then just gentle, lay your right shoulder down inside of your right thigh. A little pressure in the left fingertips kind of allows the help to stabilize your rotation here. Now, this is a great place to hang out. We're playing around with the revolved head to knee. And this is plenty. If you wish for more, reach your left hand straight to the ceiling, take breath, exhale, drop your left arm over your left ear and see if you can grab a hold of your right foot. Parvrita Janu Shirsasana. Revolve head to knee. If you have a hold of your foot with your left hand, your shin with your right hand, you can use a little pulling, a muscular pull with your hands to explore this rotation. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's come out just like we came in. Let go, left hand, let go of right foot, bring it up and down to the floor, kind of in front of you. Right hand, let go of left shin, slide it out, place it on the floor and just gentle, come on up the upright and release your left leg forward. Just get the other side. Bend your right knee, bring your inner right ankle outside of your right hip. Now you just open your legs. So you're going to bring your right knee towards right wall. And if you look down, you got like a check mark there, right? Cool. Rotate your chest to a 45, like you're going to point your heart where the right wall meets the front wall. And then your left hand or your right hand kind of make a kickstand. Set it out in front of your crotch a couple feet away. Your left hand goes palm up, slides under inner right thigh. It just takes a hold of the front of your right shin, right ankle. And just gently bring your left shoulder down inside of your left thigh. So your right hand, push into the mat and just rotate your chest towards the side wall. You can use left hand to pull a little bit. Right hand push a little bit. And here you go. You got a really funky and cool revolved head to knee going on. If you want to take it to the next expression, you can inhale your right hand up high. And you can exhale, drop it over your ear and take a hold of your left foot. But if you were feeling it prior, why would you go any further? Ask yourself that. And pardon me, I've got to blow my nose, did neti pot, and I guess there's stuff got left behind. Take a few breaths while you're here. Don't stop breathing. And we just exit the same way we came in. Your right hand lets go, your left foot comes up on inhale, set on floor on exhale. Left hand lets go of right shin and just kind of bring it on out and just use your hands to come on back upright. No hurries, no worries, no force, no aggression. All love, right? Release your right leg forward. And so let's just be sitting upright. We call Dandasana, staff pose, palms on the mat right next to your hips. Roll your shoulders back. And just a little pressure in the palms without lifting ass off the mat. They lift, but barely lift. Like we just want to lengthen our spine. Now let your butt sit back down. Reach arms straight forward. So your arms and your legs are like parallel, right? Thumbs up, pinkies down is pretty cool. And take a breath of air. And as you exhale, just come on to your back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, count all the way up your spine. Feel each one touch until you're flat on your back. Then go ahead and hug your knees in. And keep your right knee at your right pectoral and just let your left leg lay flat out on the mat. Left hand holding right knee. Open your right arm out like a wing. You can bend your elbows, saguaro cactus. That's kind of cool. And let an exhale. Draw your right knee over to the left. Turn your head to the right. And again, you just go to where you feel. If you find shoulders lifting off the mat and you're still trying to force your right knee down to the floor, just stop and say, why the hell am I forcing this? And if you have a good answer, well, keep forcing. But if you don't, stop, right? Just breathe. How about we come back center one more time and hug knees in? And then your right hand holds the left knee and left pectoral, lay your right leg out long. Left arm can open up. And again, if you bend your elbow and keep the back of your hand on the floor, it gives a little more external shoulder rotation. And sometimes that's nice in that AC joint there. It's personal. Take a breath. Now let the exhale twist you. Your knee goes to the right and your head turns to the left. And everything in between just twists. And what is the twist? Very favorite friend? Deep, full exhales. In yin, we call a softening around the edge. We use exhales. Exhales kind of let go, kind of release. And as we draw to the close here, you can even say, hey, you know what? If there's anything in these my body parts that I'm holding on to that I just don't need, can they be taken away now? Just ask something a little higher than you for some release. And that's optional too. All right, y'all, let's have both knees back to chest. Hug them in. And I would like for you to get as tight in this as you can. You can hold hamstrings. You can be hands on shins. If you can wrap your arms all the way around your shins and grab elbows, please do. Bring your cheekbones towards your knee bones. And now let's start engaging things. How about some toe muscle, foot muscle, calf muscle? Can you do calf and shin at the same time? Maybe. Thigh, hamstring. Your toilet muscles. Pull sit bones, pubic bone, tailbone together so that you know the center point that I'm talking about, and try to draw that up behind your belly button. Now pull your belly button in towards that. Draw that all up behind your sternum. They're not going that far. It's just an idea, right? Tuck your chin a little bit. Engage your throat muscles. Pull your ears against your skull. Now we're touching everything we can think of, right? Hold that engagement. Full inhale while engaged. Big breath. Exhale, let go of that. Extend your arms and legs and melt into the mat for Shavasana. You spent 72 minutes preparing for this experience right here. A corpse pose. They call it that for a reason. Like maybe they're trying to prepare us for something, right? Maybe show us there's nothing to be afraid of. While you're here, observe that steady stream of sensation, the buzz, the sweetness. This is a bhakti kind of week, which bhakti is the yoga of devotion. I believe devotion contains a strong emotion called gratitude. So while you lay, you're letting your body synthesize. Perhaps bring to mind the trillions of things you have to thank you. There's the obvious. But how about the not so obvious? Like the challenges, the vicissitudes, the troubles. Steve, really? You grateful for that shit? Yeah. Don't we know that they bring growth, opportunity? Suffering is grace, baby. Stay here like this as long as you wish. No obstacles, no hurdles. I'm going to leave you. I leave you with my gratitude. I leave you with my love. Oh.